Welcome to Pod Me If You Can TV. I'm David Farrell.
And I'm Lloyd Hughes.
And here on Pod Me If You Can TV, we find obscure titles with your favourite stars and we discuss them. And today's film is Thursday. This one stars Thomas Jane. This one stars Mickey Rourke. This one stars Aaron Eckhart. It's one of those films that there's a real pocket of people on the internet that are just really big fans of this thing. It's directed by Skip Woods from 1998. And he has not directed anything else, but he's had a hand in writing Swordfish, Hitman, X-Men Origins Wolverine, and A Good Day to Die Hard, and other things. They only released this in 2 theaters, one in LA and one in New York, and it grossed $2,000. So it came out on DVD in 2002 with Polygram Films, and only a week after it came out, Polygram USA Films went bankrupt. So no more than about 1,000 copies of the DVD were ever made. What do you think about that, Lloyd?
Wow, so you got a rare copy in your hands?
Well, I assume it's some kind of knockoff.
Okay.
It's actually got foreign subtitles built into the DVD that pop up when there's title cards.
Oh, right.
So I'm sort of thinking it's sort of a knockoff, but it's been compared to Tarantino quite a lot because it's told in this kind of chapters, all throughout the day on a Thursday. So these kind of pop-up title cards divide up the storylines.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction, that just became a common strategy in a lot of 90s movies.
Exactly. And Thomas Jane, probably best known from the TV series Hung and for his work as the Punisher, he plays Casey. So he's living in suburban Houston, and he used to be a drug dealer, and now he's an architect, which is a nice change for him. And probably one of the most unbelievable things about the film is that he could just easily transition into becoming an architect.
Right.
And be successful. But anyway, they want to adopt a baby, he and his wife. The wife is played by the wife from Gary Unmarried. And yeah, the TV series, and she's been in lots of things. But they want to adopt a baby. And of course the gentleman who'll be testing them to see whether or not they're compatible for a baby is dropping around today, but so are all of his former drug dealer friends. So, this whole worlds collide, it all happens today, which is Thursday. Aaron Eckhart, pre-Aaron Brockovich, arrives on the doorstep with a suitcase full of heroin, and Thomas Jane destroys the heroin, and that's pretty much what leads a whole bunch of people to come to his house looking for the drugs. But he doesn't have the drugs, so there's somebody there that rapes him, which is really full-on scene, and probably the scene that stays with people after seeing this film. It's a female that rapes him, just quietly.
Okay.
There's a Rasta drug dealer. There's a hillbilly. There's a lot of stereotypes. There's unnecessary uses of the N-word in this film. They shoot a lot of guns in a suburban environment and without silencers. And the police should have turned up multiple times.
Yeah.
So these are the problems with the film. That being said, there's also kind of a flashback thing that's going on, which shows he and his wife meeting. It shows him when he used to be a tough gangster. These things were pretty unnecessary.
Were they in sepia? Did they have that faded look to show that they're in flashback?
One of them was just in black and white.
Oh, okay, black and white.
Thomas Jane actually just has longer hair, and he acts a little bit tougher, but it's not hugely different. Like, they didn't need to be in the film. And they're just to show now how he's quite boring and he's not cocky and determined. So this change and, chaos into his life is going to make his wife like him more because she's sick of how boring he is.
Yeah.
Which is nice. He determined to change. Everything happens on this day, though, and Mickey Rourke appears. He's playing a crooked cop. He appears with 15 minutes left in the film, which it's an extremely minor 5-minute role if you're watching this for Mickey Rourke. But the ending of the film, which I won't spoil, is pretty anticlimactic. Yeah, so that's probably what let it down, probably made it less of a mainstream hit.
Well, how is this a cult favourite, this film? Is it just because it's hard to find, or...?
Probably also because it portrays Thomas Jane, Aaron Eckhart, and pre-fame, really.
Okay.
I mean, it's this sort of early... It tries to be... It has Tarantino elements, but it tries to write clever dialogue, and it tries to have a shock factor with torture and with rape and stuff, and I think there's, like I said, a pocket of people online that it really appeals to.
Yeah. So,
But
did you like it at all, or?
I gotta say, technically, it's probably one of the best films we're going to talk about on Pod Me If You Can TV.
Yeah.
I think the rape is very uncomfortable,
Yeah.
and honestly, there's a lot of stereotypes in the film, and that probably hurts it quite a bit. And really unnecessary uses of the N-word, and you know, stuff that it's cringeworthy at times, but much better than this. Hard Candy with Ellen Page dealt with some of the same sort of uncomfortable scenes, but did a much better job.
Yeah.
So it didn't quite.
Did it look
hit.
budget as well, or it looked like it had quite a bit of money?
To be honest, it looked like it was all shot in one house, and it could have been made for almost no money, except for the fact that it had all these stars in it.
Sure,
so,
yeah. And it was during the 90s when Mickey Rourke was like just
98.
Late 90s, yeah. Mickey Rourke was just fading away. I think The Wrestler actually revived him, but post
Correct.
Yeah, post the 80s, Mickey Rourke really fell out of place. Poor guy. He's a super talented actor.
Yeah, Thursday. It's a pretty interesting film, and it's the only one that this guy Skip Woods ever, got to direct. So find more of us at www.podmeifyoucan.com.